Hello friends, have you ever wondered about the size of our planet Earth? Well, let's start by describing Earth. We can say that Earth is large. Now, let's compare Earth to the Moon. Which one is larger? That's right, Earth is larger than the Moon. And what about the Sun? Which one is larger now? The Sun is the largest among all three of them. In these comparisons, we used the adjectives large, larger, and largest. These adjectives represent different degrees of comparison. Today, we are going to dive deep into the topic of degrees of comparison and how to convert adjectives from positive degree to comparative and superlative degrees. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started. First, let's understand what is an adjective. An adjective is a part of speech that describes or modifies a noun or pronoun in a sentence. For example, in the sentence, Ram is tall, the word tall is an adjective as it describes the noun Ram. Now, let's say another person named Shyam comes along and we want to compare his height with Ram's height. We find that Shyam is taller than Ram. Next, imagine a person named Ghanshyam joining them. We want to compare his height with both Ram and Shyam. We discovered that Ghanshyam is the tallest among all three of them. In these examples, we used the positive degree adjective tall, the comparative degree adjective taller, and the superlative adjective degree tallest. These degrees of comparisons allow us to express the quality of a noun with respect to other nouns. Degrees of comparison can be classified into three types: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. All of these three degrees describes a quality or attribute of a noun or pronoun. But there is a difference among all three of them. Let's understand each of them. Number 1. Positive degree. The positive degree of an adjective is the simplest form and does not indicate any comparison. It describes a quality or attribute without comparing it to anything else. Examples: small, big, happy, beautiful, good. The comparative degree of an adjective is used to compare two things or individuals. Examples: smaller, bigger, happier, more beautiful, better. And the superlative degree of an adjective is used to express the highest degree or quality of something within a group or in general. Example: smallest, biggest, happiest, most beautiful, best. So these are the examples of positive, comparative, and superlative degree. Now let's dwell into the rules for converting adjectives from positive degree to the comparative and superlative degrees. But before we do that, we need to understand one important concept called syllable. So what is a syllable? A syllable is a unit of sound in a word. Suppose you are speaking a word. The syllable represents how many sounds are there in a particular word. To identify the number of syllables in a word, we can use the chin method. Place your hand under your chin. Say the word slowly. Each time your chin drops or touches your hand, it represents a syllable. For example, let's take the word banana. How many syllables are there here? There are 3 syllables. Ba-na-na. In this way, you can count the number of syllables in a word. Now, let's move on to the different types of adjective based on the number of syllables in a word. Number 1, short adjective. Number 2, long adjective. And number 3, irregular adjective. So, what are short adjectives? These adjectives usually have only one syllable or one sound in a word. For example, small. Now we will be learning how to convert a positive degree into a comparative and superlative degree when it comes to short adjectives. The most common rule for converting short adjectives from positive degree to comparative and superlative degrees are by adding the suffix er and est respectively. For example, small, smaller, smallest. However, there are a few exceptions. If a positive degree ends in an e, we simply add r for the comparative degree and st for the superlative degree. For example, large, larger, largest. If a positive degree ends in a single vowel followed by a consonant, we double the consonant and add er for the comparative degree and est for the superlative degree. For example, big, bigger, and biggest. If a positive degree ends in a y preceded by a consonant, we change the y to I and add er for the comparative degree and est for the superlative degree. For example, funny, funnier, and funniest. So in this way, we can convert a positive degree to comparative and superlative when it comes to short adjective. Now, let's look into long adjectives. These adjectives usually have 2 or more syllables in them. For example, beautiful. To form the comparative degree, we need to add more before the positive degree. And to form the superlative degree, we need to add most before the positive degree. For example, beautiful, more beautiful, and most beautiful. Similarly, we can apply this rule to adjectives like intelligent, interesting, etc. Now comes the third type of adjectives, which are called irregular adjectives. These adjectives do not follow any specific rules and their comparative and superlative degrees needs to be memorized. For example, good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, many, more, most, old, elder, eldest. So, for irregular adjectives, you need to memorize them. Finally, we have learned about the different types of adjectives and how to convert them from a positive degree to comparative and superlative degrees. Let's move on to an exercise. I will provide you some positive degree adjectives and you need to convert them into comparative and superlative degrees based on the rules that we have learned. The positive degree adjectives are slow, thin, magnificent, and good. Pause the video, solve the exercise, and message me the answer in the comment. I hope you would have given the correct answers. And to know the correct answers, please check the description of the video. So that's all in this video. Let's quickly revise what we learned in this lesson. Degree of comparison allows us to compare the quality of one noun with respect to another noun or nouns. There are 3 types of degrees: positive, comparative, and superlative. Adjectives can be short, long, or irregular based on the number of syllables. Short adjectives follow specific conversion rules which are listed here. Long adjective requires the addition of more and most for comparative and superlative degrees. Irregular adjectives have their unique forms that needs to be memorized. That's all in this video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. Remember to like, share, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. All the best for our upcoming exams. We will meet in the next video. Till then, goodbye.